Good afternoon, Hot Tots. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm doing a Q&A while I do my makeup because you know how I roll. Yes. It's pretty lengthy. I had a ton of questions, so I'm so sorry if you like zone out. If you want to listen to me like more like a podcast, go ahead and put your earphones in and do something else with your life, you know, as you're listening. But there was a ton of questions that I kept getting over and over again, and I have a lot more subscribers, which I'm so pumped about. Welcome to the Hot Tots, yo. But anyways, I answer a bunch of your questions, and I hope you enjoy it. I love you so much, and let's get into the video. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Which I get this question a lot, so I'll just tell you. For any of you who are starting YouTube channels or have a YouTube channel or wonder how I videotape, I film on my iPhone 11. So I film on my iPhone 11. This is my 7 Plus that I have that's just like an iPhone, like an iPod or almost like an iPad now, I guess, because I still have Wi-Fi with this phone, so I can still look at Instagram and yada yada. The app that I edit on is iMovie. Okay, let's see your cues. First, let me open my Cherry Coke Zero because I'm parched. I was gonna drink some champagne, but I was like, no girl, take a break. Woo! Bubbly. What's your top 5 beauty counter must-haves? So for those of you who don't know, I sell a clean makeup and face wash, and it's called Beauty Counter, and I just am really behind the movement and everything. My top 5 beauty counter must-haves are the vitamin C serum, the resurfacing peel. I love this stuff. This is Instant Glow Illuminating Cream, which, put that on now. You put it on before your makeup. I also love the volumizing mascara. I just got the foundation, the Skin Twin. I love that. I'm going to use that today. And of course, my fave, which is this dang blush. Like, I'm obsessed with this blush. This is the Rose Glow highlighter illuminating blush. I'm gonna link everything I used today down below in the description box. But yes, those are my top 5. Do you have any hidden talents? Some people say I can sing pretty well. I guess that's a hidden talent because I don't really sing out in public. I sing karaoke sometimes. What's your favorite wine? I love red wines mostly. If I drink white wine, I drink champagne. Red wines, I love Apothic Crush, Apothic Dark, Apothic. There's one other one that I love. I love 99 Crimes. Like, I buy the cheap stuff, you know. How is Ollie doing? Any more accidents? How old is Ollie? Okay, so Ollie is, sorry, I'm gonna like use you guys as a mirror so I'm not like constantly looking down. Ollie is 3. He just turned 3. Better take my nose ring out. He just turned 3 in March. It was March 9th to be precise. He is great. So okay, ever since I got him when he was a kitten, so I got him when he was 3 weeks old. My friend had a stray cat that was always around her house. And they didn't know if it was a boy or girl for the longest time, I think. And she ended up being pregnant. She was tiny. She's such a tiny cat. And she had 3 kittens, and Ollie was one of them. So I took Ollie off her hands. I just saw him on her Facebook, and I fell in love with him, and I just needed him. And so I went to go get him. We did get them a kind of early, but I've had Ollie since he was 3 weeks old. Now, he's always had accidents. So the day I brought him home, or like, you know, the first week or so, he peed on my bed, and he was like this big. So I thought, okay, he peed because he can't get down, you know, like he's so tiny, he can't get down, whatever. And it was such a little amount because he was so tiny, you know, and little did I know, he ended up doing that when he was little. I think like he does it like twice or 3 times a year. He'll pee on my bed. And I started like, I always was like, oh, maybe it's the litter. I had pellet litter for him at first, and then I had this other litter, and then I only had one litter box, so I got 2 litter boxes. So like over the last 3 years, he now has the softest litter in the world. It's called Cat Attract, and it also makes your cat more attracted to it, and yada yada. And he has 2 litter boxes. I clean them like twice a day. They're always immaculate. And if they're not, oh my gosh, he like yells at me. He's so high maintenance. But I think when he peed on my bed on me the other day, I talked to the vet and she was like, well, you know, we domesticated these animals that aren't meant to be domesticated. And she said, if he hasn't been like stimulated, like if you haven't been playing with him, but he sees you sitting there all day, every day, and like all that stuff, he needs to like hunt, or he needs to do like have prey or have some kind of mental stimulation. So I got this toy, which is right over here. I put it under there. And there's a thing that like a feather that swipes out from here. And every morning now I've been like playing that for him for like an hour, because she said even if they don't like actually play with it, that stimulation just helps them to be like hunting. She also said, for anyone who wants to know, she also said that you could hide, like if you do hard food for them, you can hide it in different places throughout the house, and he has to hunt to find his food, which I've been doing that too, because Ollie only likes dry food. He does not like wet food. But she said his urine was perfect, and that because I said, well, he loves water. He's always loved water since he was a baby. He loves getting in the shower with me. He has drank from the faucet every day, all day, since he was an infant. And she said, oh yeah, that's totally fine. He's obviously getting a ton of water, and he's really hydrated. His urine looks great, and he's super healthy. He's a great weight for his size and like all the stuff. I was like, so he's healthy, so exciting. But like, thanks Oliver for like, you know, peeing all over my life. But that's what comes with having pets, you know, and I know that. Someone also asked how I got this bruise. After he peed on me, I like got up in a hurry, you know, and I went to chase him because I was like, Ollie, because then I was freaking out thinking like something was wrong with him. And I'm trying to find him, and he was under the couch. So I go under the couch to try to grab him out, to be like, what the hell, like what's going on? And I bashed my arm, and there's like metal in my couch. And I don't know, it didn't feel as hard as it looks, but like, dang, it's still like what happened here? This looks like a freaking planet. You ever struggle with binging? And if so, how do you deal with it? Lately, I have a lot, and I think it's literally because of quarantine, and obviously like we can't do anything. So I just get so bored, and like, when I'm bored of watching shows and I'm bored of just sitting here and I don't feel like working out and it's raining outside and I'm just bored, I end up eating. So I did really well with this before quarantine. I've been doing okay with it during, but I will say that it has gotten worse during quarantine. Usually what I do is when I'm in like a binging mode, I will make a huge thing of, like you guys have seen, like corn and green beans, and I'll just binge eat that. Or sometimes I make popcorn. So like sometimes I'll make a big thing of popcorn because it's 4 points. And even if I'm going over on my points, better 4 than a billion, you know, and I'll just sit there, and like popcorn takes forever to eat. You know, you eat a couple pieces. And so what I've learned to do is I've just really tried to learn to binge better foods, even if I am going over in points a bit, but foods that won't like kill the bank being our point bank. What is your all-time favorite movie? Okay, my favorite movie has and always will be Good Will Hunting. I just love it. I also love, I'm more into the early, like the 80s and 90s movies. So like Sleepless in Seattle, While You Were Sleeping, Pretty Woman, obviously, The Firm with Tom Cruise. Like, I like that time of movies, you know, and The Net. I love any movie with Julia Roberts or Sandra Bullock or Richard Gere, anything with him in it. Under the Tuscan Sun. Like, I just love movies from a different time more than now. A now movie that I love, The Town. I really love The Town. And obviously chick flicks like He's Just Not That Into You or Something Borrowed. I love those movies. So love your style. Where do you get your band tees? Thank you. I usually get them from Lori Bell's. So I'll link them down below. Urban Outfitters also has a lot of band tee / hoodies, like my Def Leppard sweatshirt that's like tie-dye that you guys have seen. That's from Urban Outfitters. But yeah. What's your favorite place to buy clothes? I love Lori Bell's, Vicky Collection, Target, Vernacular, which is in Columbus only, I'm sorry. They do have an online website, but it's not super full of all their stuff. I see a hair. Oh my God, there it is. Vicky Collection, Lori Bell's, Pink Lily, which Pink Lily is where I got this necklace from. Urban Outfitters, Abercrombie, and American Eagle, which you guys would be very shook because Abercrombie and American Eagle have really stepped up their game. It's not like the old school crap they used to have. They have really good basics. They have really good jeans, really good shorts. So they've definitely changed the way they are. They're not like junior high school style stuff. Would you ever try the green plan if you reached a slump? No, because when I joined Weight Watchers before for like a couple of months, and I was on it and I was on the green plan and I lost no weight. And I did actually do one random day, which I was going to do like its own thing about it, but whatever. I did one random day where I just did the green plan all day and I had like 9 points left. And then I ate them and I felt so full and so overstuffed. And I was like, this is why I couldn't lose weight. It's not that the plan isn't working. It just, that plan doesn't work for me with the way that I eat. So I think if I were gonna go any way, any direction, I would go towards the purple plan eventually instead, but I like the blue the best so far. And like I said, I didn't lose weight when I was on the green. And I remember I did it for like 2 months straight and I was like, really, I wasn't going over my points and I was really doing all this stuff. And I was like, why am I not losing anything? And I really didn't. I didn't lose anything. And then when they came out with this new plan, I was like, maybe I'll try it. I finally did, and it's been working. And now knowing the plan, and I know it more inside and out, and going to green, I totally understand why I didn't lose weight. How have you developed such strong confidence in yourself and who you are? It's inspiring. Thank you. That was really nice. I'm going to actually also put this question in with another girl asked me about like, how do I stay confident like with being single? Do I think like the social norms, like does the outside world make me feel bad about being single and not being married and not having like a house and not, you know, just stuff like that? And I would be lying if I say that it never has gotten to me. I think it's more situational for me though. Like when I'm alone and stuff, I don't care. Like I had a couple years when I was single that I felt, you know, I was going on dates, I couldn't find someone and I felt that like, I don't know, just kind of like, I'm never gonna find someone. Why doesn't anyone like me? You know, like all that crap where you're just like, the next morning you're like, Jesus, calm down. Like last night was weird, you know? But I think I started truly focusing on myself. And I know how cliche that sounds because I remember when people used to say that to me, I'd be like, okay, just focus on yourself and then things will just come to you. The thing is like things don't come to you. It's just you feel better. So like you just don't care as much. So it's not so obvious all the time anymore. You know, like I just stopped caring. Like I started just like focusing on like my health and my goals and being a good friend. Like I just started being like, okay, yeah, I don't have a boyfriend, blah, blah, but I have this opportunity and time to really focus on my friendships and focus on those relationships and focus on, all of that. And I'm lucky to have that, I'm lucky to have this alone time and this time to figure out what I like. And I will say being single helps you a lot. Taking time to be single and truly single, living by yourself, you learn exactly who you are, No one's there to leave a dish in the sink that you can yell at, or no one's there to like broadcast your anger on and say that it's their fault that you feel this way in the morning. It's just you. So I truly know all of my flaws. I truly know everything about myself. And, my sisters, some of my friends who've been in relationships for a long time, they're like, I envy that of you. Like, I envy that you've had this time alone. I envy that you get to just do whatever you want, decorate however you want, and see like what your style is, what's your personality like things that you accommodate for in a relationship, like when you grow up and you're with someone for a long time, you change things about yourself. It's just natural, you accommodate them. You may have wanted to do something one way, but that they like it the other way. So you'll just do it the other way because you're just being nice. And because you're just like, it's not that big of a deal. I'll do it the other way, But when you're single, you like get to really see who you are and what you like. And I just think that's such a gift. Like, I'm not freaking out that I'm not married or with someone yet because I have the rest of my life to be married and with someone. If you think about it, like say I get married at the age of 35. If we live till we're 75, that's like, you know what I mean? Like that's 40 years that I'll be with someone, possibly. You know what I mean? Like 40 years, that'll be more time married and with someone than I was alone because you know what I mean? So I just keep thinking like, well, even if I don't marry someone till I'm 40, I'll have all 30 years with them before I die. Like, it'll be okay, But I just think that if it's meant to be, it'll be. I want it to be right. And I am just one of those people, I cannot be in a relationship just to be in one. I just can't. I can't date to just date. I can't be like dating someone and be like, they're okay. Like, I'm not super into them, but I'll just continue to be with them. No, I am not able to do it. The confidence thing, I think, just comes with time. Like, being single and like learning who I am and then being happy with who I am and like coming to that agreement with myself that it's just like, well, this is who I am. Like I think once you get over the bullshit and once you stop telling yourself that you should be this way or should be that way, you're just like, this is what it is. And if you want to improve upon yourself, then just improve upon yourself, and I don't know, I don't know if that even answers anything you guys just asked with that question. And yes, I'm putting more highlighter on because I'm like a freak. This says, it seems generic, but genuinely curious if you have a 5-year plan. And then someone else asked about like my plans for YouTube. So I'll put that all in together. So my 5-year plan, I don't really have like a plan. I have some goals though. I will say like, I want to obviously grow my channel and develop this channel more. I want to not fall into one niche. So I love that I do Weight Watchers. I will always do something to do with food and Weight Watchers because that's a part of my life. But I know in like a year or two, I may not be still on Weight Watchers constantly or like actively counting my points as much. I know eventually that'll be it. No time soon because I keep falling behind. For me, like I've loved doing YouTube. I've always loved entertaining people. And I feel like I really found my niche with that. It's like entertaining people while having fun, showing you different things, while having fun, doing all this stuff. And, I just have always liked doing that. And now this is like a place where I can. My 5-year plan is to hopefully in 5 years be able to grow this channel, grow my business. I've always wanted to have multiple streams of income so that I'm not reliant on one. For this reason exactly, like quarantine happened and it's like, what if I would have lost my main job? Well, at least I still have YouTube income, beauty counter income, and then I could go get like a part-time job or go get a job and I could be held over at least until I find another job or, you know what I mean? I've always wanted to constantly have multiple streams and I've always wanted to hustle while I'm young so that when I'm older, I can relax. So my 5-year plan is just build the channel, keep growing in my corporate business, because I'm in the corporate world. That was also another question. I'm in marketing, and I'm called a commercialization specialist. So I'm basically like a mini project manager. I just make everyone do what they're supposed to do so that when we make a new product or capability, it's ready to go to market. So we're able to sell it to brands. Yeah, I just want to continue to grow, to change, to evolve, to keep doing this because I love it, to keep doing Beauty Counter because I absolutely love Beauty Counter as well. And yeah. Did you go to college? Yes, I went to Ohio State. Do you color your own hair? It always looks amazing. Yes, I do. So I don't highlight my own hair. I go to my hairstylist, Kylie, for that, but I do color my own roots. My mom and my sister were hairstylists, and I used to work at Kynect's hair salon as a manager, so I know a lot about color. So they buy me the developer and the color, and I just pay them, and then I do my own roots and stuff. What's your favorite color? I love the color gold. My favorite color used to be purple, but now it's gold. Has anyone ever recognized you in public from your YouTube channel? No. I would say there are people from like high school or junior high who I haven't spoken to in a while who like will reach out to me who I haven't seen or talked to, or like if I see them out somewhere, they'll be like, Sophie, you know, which I think is awesome, but like I don't think they would say hi unless they had been watching this, you know what I mean? But no one cool, or like no one like just out would be like, Sophie, because I'm not that cool. What dating sites do you use? I use Hinge and Bumble right now. How do you deal with the weekends and drinking? I do so well through the week and then lose my mind on the weekends. Any tips or tricks you would recommend? Love your channel. Thank you. So that's why I save all of my points for the weekend. I know that that's like hard to do sometimes, but I save a lot of my points for the weekend, or if not all of them. Woo! That Jaclyn Hill palette though. So I saved them all because of the fact that like during the week, I can contain myself better than I can on the weekend. So I'll just save all of my points and my fit points so that if I do go a little more rogue, I'll just eat my fit points too, even though I mostly don't do that. That's how I do it. But also on the weekend, I mean, I get you want to splurge, and I usually have like one day where I splurge. And then the next 2 days, I just don't. And I think that comes down to self-control. Like, you just have to tell yourself no. Like, yeah, we would all love to go to brunch and, you know, get to drink all 3 days of the weekend and be out with our friends, do all this stuff. But it's just not in the cards for you right now. You know what I mean? Like if you need to lose weight and that's your main goal, then you have to just suck it up and be like, okay, yeah, I would love to go out all 3 nights. Who goes out on Sundays? Not this girl, but whatever. Love to do that. I would love to get drinks Friday night and then get drinks Saturday and then go to brunch and have mimosas Sunday. But it's like, if I want to lose the weight, it's just, you can't do it. So you just have to prioritize. Like, would you rather just do that weekend of drinking and hanging with friends and just do that and just suck it up and not be mad at yourself? Then do it. But if you, at the end of the day, would rather lose the weight, then you gotta just say no, and you can't go. You know, if you can't control yourself, then just don't go. And I know that that sucks. You want some like miracle way of like being able to do these things, but it's just not the case, you know? Explain the nickname Hot Tots, which some people have been really wondering about this. I just came up with it one day because in my general life, I always call like my nieces or people, I'll be like, okay, tater tot. Like, I don't know. I just call people tater tots. I don't know why. Or honey buns or honey bunny, whatever. And so one day I was like, well, this is a food channel. It's about food. And I was just thinking like, well, they could be my hot tots because they're hot tots, not just tater tots. They're smoking hot tots, you know, like just being silly. And then it just stuck. What's your horoscope sign? I'm an Aries. Fire sign, baby. Do you struggle with emotional eating? Yes, I do. I've always emotionally ate. And my mom and my sister do that too. So if we're upset or anything about anything, we're always emotionally eating. And what I do to help with it is I just, like, instead of ordering a pizza, I just go over my points, but make like a Weight Watchers 2-ingredient dough, huge pizza. And so, yeah, I'm going over my points, but I'm going over by 6 points or 8 points instead of 50 points, you know, because one piece of Donato's pizza is like 10 points, but a whole huge pizza for Weight Watchers is 15 points. You know what I mean? So I've just learned to do that and try to like eat that way when I'm wanting to treat myself, or like I'm like emotionally eating and I'm doing all of that. Or like for desserts, like I'll make those cone Ollies that you guys know I make, or I'll get out the Ready Whip and I'll just put a ton of fruit, chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and then even sometimes I crack like some cookies on the top, and I just make a big pile of food, but with a bunch of fruit and stuff in it. So I'm like tricking my brain to think, oh my gosh, I'm eating this big decadent luxury dessert, and I really am only going over my points by however much, or I'm dipping into some of my extra points. And sometimes that happens and I still lose weight at the end of the week. Other times I don't, but I just think it's so much better, and I stayed the same weight then, you know what I mean, instead of gaining, because I went rogue or whatever. Which some people said, like, how do you stop yourself? Like, do you ever give in? Blah, blah. Of course. Like, of course I give in sometimes. That's why I've been staying the same weight and yo-yoing for the past like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever. I go through spurts like that where I'm just like, okay, like it doesn't matter to me. And I think as you get closer to like your goal weight, you're like, I'm not like hating my body, you know, like, oh, I'll just eat this, I'll have that drink, you know. And, which, by the way, a lot of you asked how much weight I have left to lose. Technically, to my goal weight, I have 25 pounds left to lose. But does that mean I need to lose the whole 25? No, that was just like my thought on my goal weight. I'll have to see how I'm looking, and like when I do tone up and like gain muscle and all of that, I'll have to see like if I want to change what that goal weight will be. But what are some of your weirdest pet peeves? Do you have any phobias? I am claustrophobic, so I can't be in like a small space. Now, if it's like in an airplane, I'm okay. I just don't like small spaces. Like if someone were to like close the door on me in a closet, I'd probably have a panic attack and die. Just kidding. But seriously. I also get that like pee anxiety. So because of my previous bladder issues and stuff, I'll get pee anxiety so bad. Like I have to know when I'd be able to use the bathroom, and I have to like, I don't know, I just like freak out. Like I'm like, where's the bathroom? Like I always have to know that there's a bathroom available. I don't like going anywhere or on anything where I can't use the bathroom. That's one of my biggest scares. But yeah. And then pet peeves. I hate when people make fun of other people like in front of me at their expense, like, and it's like a little bit too much of a dig. I just hate that. I just don't like that. I don't like people who talk down or think they're better than anyone. I don't know. I can't think of any right now. Do you do Weight Watchers online only? And were you a cheerleader? So I used to do Weight Watchers in person at my work, and I really miss it. I think it was like holding me accountable more. Even though I started like not going as frequently, I still like wanted to weigh less every time I went. So I really miss that. I have not been doing it online. Like I haven't been doing like the weigh-ins and stuff that people have. Like, you know, you guys can do like the workshops online now. I don't do those. I just weigh myself in and track my weight. But I do miss like going and seeing all the people at my work's Weight Watchers, because like I really like that group and they're so sweet. How long have you been on your weight loss journey? I've been on Weight Watchers and losing weight and since the very end of October. I think it was like October 24th or 26th or something is when I started Weight Watchers. What's your favorite thing to do in your free time? I love watching Netflix. I also love doing my makeup and seeing different ways I can do it. I love researching about makeup and stuff, which is why I started selling Beautycounter. And I love watching makeup tutorials. I love watching true crime and listening to true crime stories. And I love reading. What's the first thing you notice when you meet someone? For men, the first thing I notice is their smile, like their teeth. And then I like hands. Like, I don't like if men's hands are girly or like really skinny or like weird. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. But hands and teeth, I think, are what I notice the most. Do you find Weight Watchers Kynect helpful, or do you go to other platforms for ideas and motivation? I actually do not look on Kynect very often, and I'm never on there anymore, and I need to get on there again. I used to be on there a lot. I look at other Weight Watchers channels, but I usually just look at other people's channels in general. If they do what I eat in a days, even if they're not Weight Watchers related, and I just get ideas, and then I try to think of how I can like improve upon it or whatever. I also on Instagram, I am always on the Skinny Dish. I'm always on her Instagram. She does low calorie type of meals, and she includes Weight Watchers points, and it's amazing. So you guys should definitely go check out her Instagram. She comes up with the coolest ideas, and just like, I think she truly knows how to cook. So she knows what she can substitute, you know, to get the same type of flavor. And that's where that one tortilla soup was from. It was so good. She's amazing. So I go look on her. I think because I do Weight Watchers, and that like it revolves, my life revolves around it, that I don't like to watch it as much. You know what I mean? What are your goals? So for weight health, YouTube, and she said, love your channel, which is so sweet. Thank you. I need to get my life together. I want to lose, so what day is today? It's like mid-May. By mid-June, mark my words, you guys need to hold me accountable. I'm trying to, by the end of June, I really want to try to lose 8 to 10 pounds. Do you guys think that that's doable? I don't know, comment down below. Is that doable? How did you come up with the name for your cat? So I've always loved Oliver because of Oliver Twist, and I always wanted to name, if I had kids, I wanted to name my son Oliver or Ollie, and I wanted to name my daughter Ellie, E-L-L-I-E. I actually have a subscriber, Ellie, who I talk to all the time. Hi, Ellie, love you. But I love that name. So I always wanted to name my children like Ollie and Ellie, or Oliver and Ellie. And then the name in my family that runs through my family is Bill or William. And I always thought it'd be super cute also to have a girl that I named Billy. I just thought that'd be super cute. But because I didn't have kids, and I was like, what, 29 when I got Oliver, or 28, I said, screw it, I'm using that name now. So I named him Ollie. I live in Ohio, by the way. Self-tanner, I use Saint Tropez. I also use the Ulta brand, but I will say I like Saint Tropez better. You can buy it at Ulta. It's spelled Tropez, but it's pronounced Tropez. And I get the mousse, and I get the like 2-hour mousse or whatever, but then I wear it overnight. Because all these 2-hour mousses, like when you rinse them, they're still not as good as if you keep them on overnight. Where do I get my home decor inspo? Honestly, I don't know. I've always had a knack for, like, some of you said stuff about my fashion, which I'm so, like, thank you so much. I've always just had a knack for being able to visualize what it would look like before I get it, or before I put it on, or before whatever. I've just always been good at that. I don't know if it's because of my imagination. Maybe it's because I read a lot as a child, and so I could imagine characters. Like, I don't know. But I basically just see something, I like it, and then I just try to think of what would look good with it. And if I'm like looking at something in the store, I can literally like look up and like think about it with my couch, or think about it in my space, and I'll know if it's gonna look good. Oh, so someone was asking, what's your take on anti-MLM movement? So everyone has a bunch of Beautycounter questions for me. If you guys want to see a separate video about Beautycounter, please let me know. I don't want to like bombard you guys all the time. And also, everyone follow me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram handle here. If you're not following me, please follow me. Let me know down below if you want me to do a Beautycounter like Q&A or video about it. I know a lot of you have asked about it, and I'm really passionate about it. I'm so sorry if I am annoying anybody with it, or you feel any type of way. Don't ever feel like you have to buy anything from me. Don't ever feel like you have to use what I use. Like, you don't, you know, and I get it. Like, we're not all in a place, but I'm with my old age, with my 31 old age, as I get older, I've been looking for quality over quantity products, and I've been looking more into health and awareness, because I feel like until something happens to you, you don't care as much. You know, you just want something cheap, you want something now, you want something that looks good. But then once things happen to you, you're like, it's not worth that. Like, yeah, that's $7 for that mascara, but I'll pay the, you know, $25 for this one because it's better. You know, like for me in the long run. It's just with age and with time that happens, and with circumstance, you know, and with what, like, different things that happen in your life, you become more aware of that, you know? So I just have been like turning towards that. And obviously with my food is the hardest thing for me to turn towards cleaner and better options. That'll be the last thing to turn. But like I said, it's just, we're all taking one step at a time, you know? It's not like, hey, throw everything out because you're demoned for having it and change your life. It's like slowly but surely I want to make changes, you know? So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this Q&A. I love doing these, but I just don't always want to bombard you with them. I always get a lot of questions. I love just busting them out in here and just wanting to know what you want to know about me, you know. But I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day. I post every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.